Charles Leclerc was forced to retire from the race on the first lap of the Australian Grand Prix after a collision with Lance Stroll. Charles Leclerc was forced to retire from the Australian Grand Prix on the first lap after a collision with Aston Martin's Lance Stroll left him beached in the gravel. Ferrari's poor start to the season continued down under after the Monegasque spun off the racetrack into the gravel trap and left him with a second retirement in 3 races to compound his miserable weekend. Leclerc had only 6 points from the first 2 races after retiring from third in the Bahrain Grand Prix season opener before a 7th-placed finish in Saudi Arabia. But he will fall even further behind the likes of Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship after a disastrous crash in Melbourne forced him out of the race. The 25-year-old had qualified 7th behind his teammate Carlos Sainz in 5th and Stroll in 6th. And as the drivers poured into the first turn, he took a position on the left-hand side of the Canadian to try and leapfrog the Aston Martin driver. But with Stroll running out of room on the inside as Fernando Alonso occupied the inside, Stroll found himself sandwiched by Leclerc and Alonso and unfortunately was a bystander as his front left tire tagged the Ferrari star and he could do nothing to stop himself spinning out on turn 3. Leclerc sounded resigned on the team radio after revealing he had been tagged by Stroll, with the stewards confirming that the issue would be classed as a racing incident and no punishment would be handed out. Sainz managed to escape scot-free in the early laps in 4th but endured some horrible luck after pitting under the safety car. Alex Albon's crash forced the race director to call for a red flag to clear up the gravel and debris off the track, meaning Leclerc's teammate would begin the restart on the grid from P11. He would have had a free stop under the red flag had he not pitted. No, 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 the Spaniard said on the radio after being informed of the red flag. But his Ferrari colleague Leclerc will be feeling even worse as it already looks like his championship hopes could be over after his retirement from the race. Verstappen and Perez took 44 and 43 points from the opening 2 races, while Mercedes have accumulated a decent haul too despite their struggles with the W14. Leclerc, with 6 points from the first 3 races, may find himself outside the top 10 in the championship by the end of the race with only Albon joining him back in the garage so early in the race.